In this video, I'm going to show you how to wrap text around images. So first of all, we need an image. Let me open Bridge, and I'm going to use this image, drag and drop and place it here. Next, I need to have some text. So I'm going to use the Type tool. I press T on the keyboard and then click and drag to create some text box or frame. And then go to the Type menu and choose Fill with Placeholder Text. That's just a dummy text, so it doesn't mean anything. It's just great whenever you want to design something, but you don't have the copy yet. So I have everything now, the text and the image, and all I need to have some kind of interaction between the two is to set up the text wrap for the image. So I selected the image, I go to text wrap, and by the way, if you don't see this panel, you can always find it under Window, Text Wrap. So I have the panel open, and as you can see, the first option says no text wrap. If we change it to wrap around bounding box and then move the image close to the text, this is what happens. So the text will wrap around the image. That works really well and very easily. Now if we choose the next one, that won't do any difference. It only works if we have something different shape than a rectangle. So it will work better with an ellipse. Even the icon itself indicates that it will work better with something different than a rectangle. So let me just show you. If I have an ellipse and I place an image into that, I am going to use Mini Bridge once again and place an image into this frame. I also select that frame and make sure that it's filled proportionally. And now if I move this image onto the text, by the way, let me just delete the other one for now. Move the image here. There's no interaction between the text and the image, only if I set it up for text wrap. So I wrap around bounding box first. I use that option, and you can see it doesn't really work well with an elliptical shape. It worked really well with the bounding box, but with an elliptical shape, I rather use this option called wrap around object shape, and then it will follow the elliptical shape. The following two options can be useful as well. This one will clear the text from left and right as well, and only have text in front and behind the image, or on top and below. Or you can choose this option as well to only have text above the image and jump every text to the next column or the next text frame. So if I have this image now and I move it around, let me just move it down a bit, you can see the further down I move it, the more text will be visible in this text frame. Let me switch back to the third option, which I use most of the time, and let me just move the image up a bit. So I just move it here up a little bit, and then I would like to add a little bit distance between the text and the frame itself. So I am going to add margins. I am going to increase this value here, and it creates a little offset or gap between the text and the image itself. Let me show you another way of wrapping text around an image. If you have an image, which I happen to have here, with transparency, then the InDesign text will be able to find these edges automatically. So that's the original image, and in Photoshop I deleted the background. So that was original, and that's the deleted background version. And if I open this up in Photoshop, you can see that there is transparency in the background. So if I want to use something like this, so if you have an image which has transparent background and you place that in InDesign, then you will be able to use that transparency for the text wrap feature. So let me just place it in here, and I am going to turn on text wrap. Just like the other time, I'm going to use the wrap around object shape option. Remember, always set up text wrap for the images. Even though it's called text wrap, it has to be set up on the images. So now I can put this image a little bit on the side and move my text close to the face. And when it gets closer, you will see it doesn't work the way we want it to. I want to align the text along the edges of this image. So what I need to do is select the image once again, go to text wrap, and instead of same as clipping, for the contour options we need to select detect edges or alpha channel. If I choose alpha channel, that will work already well. We can always choose detect edges as well and try to ask InDesign to find the edges automatically. In this case, it's better to use the alpha channel because we already have transparency. Transparency, by the way, is an alpha channel. Okay, so now we have the text aligned to the face, and once again, just like the other time, we can use the option to offset this text. If I select the image and I add an offset here, then I can set the text a little bit further away from the face. And that is all what you need to know about text wrap. But in the next video, I am still going to talk a little bit about the interaction between text and images, because there's a very useful feature called Anchor Object. So that's what I'm going to show you in the next video.